What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back. We are back. Oh my god, we are back with the finale. Bitch, that shit blew me a little bit. I didn't expect that, okay? So we are back again for the finale of American Horror Story. This is season 8, Apocalypse, episode 10. Apocalypse then, okay? You know. So the episode starts off with Venerable, Myrtle. Let me just tell y'all, because I don't come on here and give Myrtle her props. Myrtle is that bitch, okay? Let me just say that. Myrtle is me. The bitch is nonchalant as fuck when she talks, okay? When she told them girls that you gonna fucking die, you gonna eventually die, alright? It is what it is. She said it so calmly like it wasn't shit, bitch. Everybody else is sitting there like, oh my god, so let me say everybody's gonna die? We're gonna go to this? Girl, yeah, you gonna die. I said, goddamn Myrtle. But anyway, that is a bad bitch right there, okay? I just love me some Myrtle. Moving from that, she goes to Mutt and Jeff's place, okay, of work. And Venable is like, how the fuck did you get past security? You ain't got no appointment. What's up with your hair? She said the mystery in my hair is my hair, bitch. You ain't on that level to learn what the fuck that is about. And she was like, you wanna know how I got here? And she snapped like this and her hair went, and then she snapped back again. She was sitting there, typing whatever. She go in there to see Mutt and Jeff. And they was in there talking about the outpost and how, oh, you put us in outpost 2 in Virginia and then you put this other person in outpost whatever in Bahamas and all this stuff. And they come in there and nobody else knows that they're about to end the world. Okay, but those that's right there. But Myrtle comes in, this complete stranger, and she was like, "You gonna put so and so in outpost 2, outpost 3." She set it up so that Coco Daddy could buy 4 tickets for the family. Okay, Coco, the mama, the brother, and the daddy. You're gonna put them in outpost 3, and that's what's gonna happen. She grabbed them up, made them do what she wanted to do, and that was it. So this is all explaining how we got to where we got to. Okay, we go back a little bit from the beginning, and then we're catching up to the present. All right, because I was sitting here saying like, how are they gonna tie this up? How are they gonna tie all this together? And so at this point, the girls are back at the cabin. They're talking about everything that they need to do. That they're gonna die, the world is gonna die, and Mallory got to be responsible for the whole bunch of people, 7 billion people, because she is what the hope is lying on. Okay, they're gonna take what's that girl, Coco, and they're gonna take Mallory, put her under a spell, an identity spell, so that because we already know Michael is trying to get rid of all the witches. And in order for Michael not to sniff out the fact that they're a witch, they need to put them on an identity spell. Okay? Change the personality, change everything about them. And they fashion Coco after Madison. Madison gonna say that's the upgrade because Coco was like, bitch, what? What the fuck he talking about? And so at this point, this is how it came about that Coco and Mallory met in the present world before the apocalypse, okay? Mallory is going to be Coco's assistant. Coco is going to talk down to her, make her feel self worthless and all this stuff so that she can't forget that she has this power and suppress it. I was like, okay, Cordelia, you thought about this real quick, okay? You quick on your feet. That's why you the supreme. So in the process of doing all of this, they getting ready to do the little spell, and then we get back to 2015, I believe. And so this is all back to before the apocalypse, but back before the world, was all to the good. We see Coco and Mallory in the car. They're in the Uber being driven by what's her name? Madison. Okay, Madison had some badass shades. I will say that. Them shades was bad as fuck. But of course, Mallory is just being the little meek little mouse, being an assistant to Coco. Coco singing all this stuff because the window's down and her hair fucked up. They taking her to the hair appointment, and this is where we first meet Galliant, okay? And this is also where we also first meet Brock, all right? Brock complimenting Coco, talk about saying you don't need nothing done with yourself. You looking good and all this stuff. Woo, you can't, improve on profession. She like, ooh, and so that's how they meet, all right? Now, I was wondering how they was gonna bring Brock back in here because at this whole time we sitting here like, okay, well everybody in this whole commune had got killed with the poison apple Snow White. You know what I'm saying? But where the fuck is Brock at? Because remember, Brock had killed Coco, and so at this point, Brock shows up. They meet Coco. And it was sad. It was sad because when they was doing the identity spell, and Coco was talking to Cordelia, and she had to talk about her family and said, "This is where Myrtle was like, oh, them bitches gonna die too. Okay, them bitches gonna die. They a liability. Cordelia said, we need this to happen. We don't need that many people around you that's gonna, you know, oh, where the fuck did the bottom go? Anyway, I'm sorry, I dropped my remote. We don't need that many people around you that's gonna trigger you to who you really are. Okay, so that's why the family had to die. We're gonna put them in a whole nother country so that they won't be able to get to you in time. I said that's kind of fucked up, but I get it. But damn, that's still fucked up at the same time. Um, Speaking of some fucked up shit, look what I got today. I got Hereditary. Okay, I gotta watch it. Y'all say this shit is scary. If you seen this, am I gonna like it? Because y'all suggest this Tale from the Hood, and I watched that shit, and I was like, anyway, moving on from that. So, what wound up happening? I got literally off track. So the apocalypse happened. They replayed that scene where Michael kind of knew who Mallory was or kind of was interested. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you when the apocalypse had already happened? Okay, and we remember that scene. That was a gangster scene right there. She was like, "Who are you?" And he revealed himself. And she was like, "You know what I'm saying?" That was raw. That was raw. But then all of a sudden we see this outside and it's all gloom and doom, post-apocalypse stuff, and then we see a hand come up, and then we see another hand come up, then we see the other hand come up. It's 3 hands up in this bitch. I said, who the fuck is this, bitch? It's Myrtle, it's Cordelia, and it's Madison. They ready for motherfucking war, okay? So they come up in a thing. This is when we get back to the scene where they woke up Mallory, and they woke up Coco, and they woke up Dinah Stevens. Now, mind you, Madison is the one who found out that Dinah Stevens was still alive, all right? Because when she was playing Uber driver, she saw a bus roll past and it had Dinah Stevens talk show on there and all that stuff. And she came through and she was like, "Bitch, I'm ready to kill this hoe." They didn't want to kill a hoe, but they just resurrected her. Dinah Stevens was like, "Bitch, I ain't in this shit, okay? I'm not in this bullshit. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Keep me up out of it. Try to do your little identity spells. Thank you for resurrecting me, but I don't understand what you did it for because, bitch, I'm not finna be on your side. I'm finna be on the winning team." Because at this point, Michael came down and was like, "Bitch, you're not gonna win. I already won." And then Cordelia was like, and Murder them, they was like, if you gonna court your father and do what you gotta do, you supposed to do it all the way. You're supposed to kill everybody, and you have not accomplished that because, bitch, we still here. Okay? Me standing there, me about to shoot their ass. Michael was like, "Listen, why don't you just come on over here with me? Bow down to me, bow down to my father, and I'll just make you my obedient servants. That's what you need to do." They was like, "Hell no." Diana Stevens, on the other hand, said, "Bitch, I'm finna be on the winning team. Thank you for doing what you did, but I'm not no fool, okay?" She went up to him and said, "Bitch, I'm bowing." And at this motherfucking time, shout out to the subscriber who put that in the comments, baby, because I didn't see the preview for next week, last week, so I didn't know. I was told, and when what Angela Bassett told us, bitch, on Twitter that she wasn't gonna be able to make it this season, bitch. We was all, where the fuck is Marie Laveau? Where the fuck is Marie Laveau? Oh, Marie Laveau showed the fuck up at the end of the goddamn season, okay? I said, Marie, she came strutting out there like, "Bitch, here I go. Here I go, here I go, here I go again. What's my weakness? Voodoo, bitch." That's what the fuck is going on. I said, you better do that shit, bitch. She came through with the quickness. I said, ah! Okay, she got Miss Dinah Stevens together like, bitch. So, me and you about to trade places, all right? I was down there with Papa, that bitch, trade myself for your ass, and it is what it is because she tries to come at her, "Oh, you this and you that and you a weak bitch and all this stuff," and then we get a flashback to when what was the slaveholder name in the coven? Kathy Bates' character, whatever. And Cordelia come down there talking about some bitch. You ain't no, you don't have an eye for torture, whatever. And so took that away from her and all that shit. And then she was basically like, bitch, we finna trade places. You finna go down there and play with Papa. I'm not finna go down there to that bitch no more. Okay, a soul for a motherfucking soul. Chopped her in her neck, and that was it. I said, damn, you out of here, bitch, cause you. And to be quite honest, Dinah Stevens, you deserve that shit. You deserve everything that happened. And at this point, you got me finna start shooting people up. She took their hand off. We see the gun, okay? And at this point, Cordelia was like, poof. I said, well, damn, bitch, if that's all you need to do in the first place, why we ain't do that in the first place? Blew that bitch up, okay? Blew her to smith a motherfucking ring, all right? All pussed and everything, And at this point in time, they trying to hold him off, and so Madison pick up the machine gun and just start shooting him. And I'm sitting here like, ain't he the son of Satan? I said, ain't he the son of Satan? I don't think that's gonna work. I really don't think that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, pop, 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 he dead though. That's what we thought. And then so Cordelia was like, okay, we're gonna get a little bit. We got to get this done because now Mallory know who she is. They about to go do the temperance thing or whatever, where she go back in time like they did with Anastasia last week. Okay, and so we gotta go ahead and do this shit because he gonna wake back up. We gotta do this before he wake up. Madison was like, go ahead, I'm gonna hold him off. They go upstairs and trying to do what they gotta do, and right around the corner, Brock comes out and stabs motherfucking Mallory in the goddamn gut. And gonna say, bitch, it should have been me that had that goddamn plane ticket, not your ass. It should have been me. Myrtle was pissed, okay? We ain't never seen Myrtle get this pissed. Myrtle said, you motherfucker, and burnt his motherfucking ass up. I said, you better do that shit, bitch. You better do that shit, bitch, Brock. You might as well have just stayed dead, okay? That's what you should have did. You was dying anyway. You should have just went on ahead and, And so the whole time, they up there trying to deal with Mallory, trying to bring her back. Cordelia trying to do the little thing to spell blowing her to bring the life back or whatever. And Marie trying to hold off Michael because at this point in time, Michael is downstairs and the blood that had poured around him started receding right back into his body. I said, bitch, Madison, it's time for you to get your ass up out of there. Madison turned around and saw that motherfucker and said, uh-oh. That motherfucker did like this and chopped her head off. That head just popped the fuck off. I said, smooth, clean, blew off. I said, ain't that bad a bitch? Bye-bye, Maddie. It was nice knowing you. You was fun. She was like, well, back to hell I go. Back to retail I go. She already fucking knew. And so at this point, Marie Laveau, she up there putting a little spell or whatever down on the floor so that he couldn't cross this barrier, okay? And he was like, you can't cross it and all that stuff. Because at first he tried it and it was like, boom, he couldn't get across it. And he was like, you really think that your little super voodoo spell's going to come get me and all this shit? And at this point, Coco came up behind him and was walking. And then he went into Marie and just put his hands through her stomach. I said, so y'all brought this bitch back just to kill her? She was on screen for a couple of minutes and y'all brought her back just to kill her off again. I was kind of perturbed, but I was glad to see my girl, okay? She did what she had to do, okay? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they are fucking with the son of Satan. So, they really wasn't a match. They was a match, but not really a match, And so at this point, Coco stabbed him in the back. He pulled out Marie's heart. He drank that bitch. And then he did like that and cracked Coco neck and killed her ass. I said, so damn, everybody just gonna fucking die at this point in time. I was just really over it. I said, so I know I was cheering for White Zaddy and everything, because his hair came back, so I was really like conflicted, like, you can't really be doing this, but you're just really, really nice to look at, so I don't know what I feel like. But at the same time, I was like, girl, I want the witches to win though. And so they got little Mallory in the pool, okay, the pool of water that they need to do, and they need to get her together, and they was holding on to a lock of Michael's hair because she needed this so that she can place herself back into a place that was in his life to go back to so that we can start this shit all over again. And then at this point, Cordelia Cordelia was the MVP. Not just Mallory, because we knew Mallory was gonna come through and change shit around. But Cordelia was the MVP because Cordelia went over there and she confronted Michael. She was like, Michael, you want to see me have this slow death so that you can go ahead and laugh and, get your kicks and giggles off of it or whatever. And you think you're gonna get satisfaction from me because, you gonna do it and see me tortured and all this stuff. But baby, let me just tell you something. Oh, I'm gonna die. But bitch, it ain't gonna be by your hand. And it ain't gonna be a surprising death. It ain't gonna be something that you're gonna laugh at and that you're gonna satisfy you or whatever. Because it ain't gonna be by your hand. She took that knife that was in his hand because he pulled it out his back. She used the last bit of her power, got that knife and stabbed her own self in the heart. He was like, oh. I was like, bitch, Cordelia, why the fuck? I'm sitting here like, and then them tears start falling down her eyes. I was just like, you did that. That's a sacrifice I don't think I could have made. But you did that. You did that for humanity. And then she just went on ahead and walked over the edge. And she died so gracefully, okay? She died on her back, bitch. She was just like this, looking up like, I said, you look so peaceful, bitch. You look so peaceful. And then Myrtle was like, I was like, goddamn, Myrtle, my Myrtle is hurting, okay? It was just a lot. And then at this point, Mallory started chanting, and then the water started bubbling. I said, uh-oh, the transference of the Supreme to the next Supreme just happened in that moment, okay? And she went back, and Michael was even pissed. He was like, no! I was like, yep, she took that moment from your ass. That's what the fuck you get, daddy. And at this point, she started going back, and then we see back in 2015, we see Constance, right? It's going back to Michael's place when he was a kid, when he turned into the little big Michael. And after he killed the priest, she snapped on him. She was like, you know what? How come is it that when motherfuckers pisses you off for getting your space, you can't just tell the motherfuckers to leave? You can't maim their asses. Why you gotta fucking just kill their ass, okay? I don't know, Grandma. I don't know why I do what I do. I just need help. Please help me. I'm sorry. I'm your grandson. She was like, bitch, you ain't my grandson. You ain't my grandson. You got my grandson eyes, but bitch, I don't know what the fuck this is, because you ain't my grandson. My grandson would do no shit like this. And let me tell you something, bitch, you can get your shit and you can get the fuck out, because I'm tired of taking up for you. I'm tired of the fucking excuses. I'm tired of taking the blame, bitch. Get your shit and get the fuck out. And at this point, so he get his shit, he get out after crying and all that stuff. Next thing you know, a car come through while he walking across the street, and it's Mallory. Mallory hit that motherfucker because his powers haven't manifested yet. Okay, he don't know who the fuck he is yet. They not manifested, so this is why he was able to die the way he did. She hit his ass and then ran over his ass again just to make sure. Constance came out there and was like, oh my God, Michael. And then he was like, take me in the house so I can be with you forever. And at that point, whatever little sympathy, empathy, pain, or whatever Constance had for her grandson about to die, she said, bitch, go to hell. Once he said forever in that house, she said, no, you can go to hell. And she just let him go. And he died in that street. And then so what wound up happening is she came back and Mallory changed the course of things, So we see her entering into, the coven for the first time. And she all like, oh my God, because she's happy to see Cordelia. But Cordelia don't know who she really is now, because we done went back and changed things. So now it's starting from the beginning again. But Cordelia was like, do I know you? She was like, I probably just got one of those faces. Okay, so she just going around. So we still there teaching and all this stuff. And then we see Queenie. She talking about she going on the Price is Right in LA. And then she finna stay at this old, cute, renovated, old-ass, creepy hotel. And Mallory was like, no. Okay, first of all, I don't know you, but you finna go to LA. It's a lot of traffic, and it's the highway, and all this stuff. Queenie was like, I ain't come this far to go to no LA, to look at highways or whatever. So maybe I'll just find something on Venice Beach. She was like, girl, do that. Do that. I said, nice save, Mallory. Nice save, girl. And then so they walking around. Next thing you know, the doors open, and all this fog come through, and somebody with a hood. Bitch, it's Nan. I said, what's up, Nan? How you be, girl? And it's Misty. I said, Misty, where's Stevie at? You know what I'm saying? And Cordelia was like, oh my God, Nan, Misty. I was like, oh my God, it's Nan and it's Misty. Girl, what's going on? And so they all happy and shit. And basically Mallory is narrating and all this stuff, talking about some people don't really die, things don't really die. You know, we all energy. Energy can't be destroyed nor created. You know, it just transfer and all this stuff. And then when we see this whole thing with Nan and Misty coming in, she was like, you know, people in the underworld, the demons and stuff in the underworld, they were so cool with what I did about killing Michael and all this shit. They boss because they was tired of that motherfucker too. That they was giving her favors by bringing Misty back and all that stuff in there. Nan was fucking around with Papa Lobo, okay? Papa Elbow, whatever the fuck he is. Papa. She loved Big Papa, okay? She was like Papa her boo. She finna go back down there because Papa let her play. What she let her play at doing, you know, we don't know, okay? But whatever it is, she like it. And she was like, just say thank you, okay? I gave you Misty back. Deuces, okay? They was cool with that. And at this point, they was talking about how Myrtle, because the apocalypse wasn't here, so Cordelia didn't have to resurrect and bring back Myrtle, you know. And so at this point, everything was to the good. I was like, oh, but Madison was still down there in her own personal hell. She said she can stay down there for a little bit. I'll bring her back later. Okay. But other than that, she let them get to know each other a little bit more, and she just let them do what they had to do. Then we get this protest that's happening outside this coffee house. And it's Emily, okay? It's Emily. Remember Emily and Timothy? They bump into each other. She accidentally bumped him. He wastes his coffee or whatever. And it got on his phone. They clock eyes. They talking all this stuff. He was going to buy some coffee. She was going to replace the coffee for him and whoop-de-whoop. 1 year later, I said, damn, y'all move fast. You went ahead and hit it and quit it a couple of times and fucked around in the condom broke. She got pregnant, okay? She got pregnant. She was giving birth. 3 years later, they're in a car and they're sitting there and basically, you know, talking about how the baby is 3 years old, or maybe, yeah, the baby is 3 years old and he's a little handful. Okay, why is he so angry? You know, we thought he was something with the terrible twos, whatever, but now he's just out of control. What the fuck is going on? He is more difficult than a 10-hour job. Okay, and so they get out the car. Baby, why is the sky red? Why are there crows? And why are they talking about it's so goddamn hot up in this bitch? And I said, oh my God. So Timothy and Emily then gave birth to the goddamn Antichrist yet again. The cycle has fucking repeated itself. It's like the butterfly flag, okay? You thought you got that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? It just came back in a different form at a different motherfucking time. I said, ain't this about a bitch? You know, they come in the house. He go get a beer. He go around the corner and he see some blood on the goddamn wall because they talking about paying the nanny. Where is the nanny? The nanny is dead. And baby, little baby Timothy Jr., whoever the fuck he is, Antichrist, he's sitting there in the bed, in the chair, rocking with blood on his fingers. And I said, bitch, what the fuck? Then they get a ringing of the doorbell. Who at the door? It's the dark Satan Lord, you know, and me, the no girl. I said, girl, here we go fucking again. That's how we ended. We basically ended the same way that it left, that it started. So every history is about to repeat itself all over again. Girl, this is a shit. I don't care. It was a cute little ending. It was a cute little ending. I kind of expected a little bit more. I really will say that. But overall, this season was not a disappointment. It was easier for me to follow. It had me going, ooh, you know, and all that stuff. I really enjoyed this season. I thank y'all for tuning in to these reviews. And y'all tell me how y'all felt. And I will see you guys later. Peace.